proud and honored that you joined me today on this coffee. It's sometimes a pleasure to just sit and talk to you in peace, isn't it? What should we talk about today? Or should we talk about anything at all? Sometimes it's just nice to sit down, enjoy the life, and drink some coffee, of course. If you don't have a drink, make some. Because we are going to enjoy our drink and talk a bit. I know what should we talk about. About our childhood, because I don't know you well. And you know where everything starts. In your childhood, doesn't it? Well, if you ask me what's the thing I remember the most from my childhood, that would be, honestly, Super Nintendo. Because I played Super Nintendo a lot. I remember when my father bought it for the first time. God, I was so excited. Imagine yourself, a little kid, and you see that huge, beautiful box now. Let me show you something I got here. This is not the same box I had when my father bought me Super Nintendo, but it's similar. Now imagine the excitement. You're a kid, you're 5 years old, and you see this. And you read the description like you enter the shop and you see all that shiny stuff and you're a little kid, like everything is so special to you because the more colors it has, the better. You understand? And then you see this box and you're like all watching what's on it, description, all these beautiful little pictures behind, and you are so excited. You are like, Father, Father, Mother, Mother, buy me stuff, buy me this, buy me that. And your parents don't have enough money to buy you stuff. And they are trying to make you happy, but at the same time, they don't want you to have everything. Because the more you want, the less happy you are. So at the end I got the Super Nintendo. And I played those games. I remember my first two games for the Super Nintendo were R-Type and Pilot Wings. That was the period when my brother also was approaching this world. And I remember that time I waited for my brother and played R-Type in the same time. God, good old times. How about your life? What's your favorite console? What have you played? So, just think about it. Think about this time. Today you can open the internet and you can download every single Super Nintendo game, Super Nintendo ROM, and you can run it on your PC using emulators. And each game has only 1 megabyte. And before, you had to buy cartridge and put it inside the Super Nintendo. And that was also a huge, huge pleasure. Now, imagine that. Before, you saw all these beautiful, beautiful games. All these amazing games. And there was no chance to play every single one of them. Because not only because there was no time, you were a little kid, you would probably play a lot, but mostly because they were expensive, like normal PlayStation 3 game. And you buy, for example, Donkey Kong, and you have this game, and you learn how to appreciate this game. So what you had was this game and, for example, manual, and you would spend your time playing the game and reading the manual, which means you would enjoy the game in every possible way, because you knew, sorry about my English, it's terrible because I live in Croatia. I don't need English in Croatia. Do you need English in, for example, Afghanistan? See what I did there? Anyways, you knew how to appreciate stuff because you had little. For those who had little, of course, this is a true statement. But for example, if someone had everything because he had a rich father, then he maybe didn't have opportunity to learn how to appreciate things. So, for example, you had your game, your manual, and you would read the manual, you would play the game and you would read all these shiny little papers and stuff. You would be so excited, you would beat every single level. It would be so great. And look what we got today. For example, we got Steam on PC. I love Steam. You have so many games, so cheap, and everything is digital. You just sit in front of your PC, you play those games with amazing graphics, and so many levels, so many details. For example, compare Call of Duty Modern Warfare with, for example, Turtles in Time. You can beat Turtles in Time in about 30 minutes. But I think I beat the game at least, honestly, 100 times. I know a lot of you beat Turtles in Time. I'm pretty sure. And today, we have so much stuff in front of our eyes. Everywhere. We have so many games, so many opportunities. We have so much stuff everywhere around us. So we can't focus on those little details around us. So we don't enjoy all of them the way they deserve that. I have around 17 Super Nintendo games. I beat every single one of those and I enjoyed every single one of those, like, totally. And today I have a huge Steam library, and most of the games I bought only because they were really cheap. And I mean, I know how to appreciate games, because today you have, if you compare, you had these games, compare those graphics and everything. The games had souls, but compare the graphics and stuff with today's games, and everything is clear. It's amazing. We should appreciate those games. It's just amazing, for God's sake. What do you think about that? It's like, it's evolving so fast. Are we ready for that? Everything is evolving. I believe honestly that the games today are even better than books and movies. Honestly, I do. Play Dragon Age. Play Mass Effect. Play Star Wars The Old Republic. Play Dota 2. Play everything. The games are so detailed. Especially when it comes to RPGs. How can someone say, oh God, you are still playing games? The games are not what they used to be. It's not Pac-Man. All due respect to Pac-Man. It's not Pac-Man anymore. It's so huge. Do we appreciate it enough? Do you appreciate it enough personally? Cheers, man.